Hi, dear students. Welcome to week 4. This session will help you improve your LinkedIn profiles, practice your elevator pitch, and understand global professional expectations for the job search. So let's get started by talking about what is the agenda for this week. Okay, so you can see in this slide, we outline how to prepare for week 4 assignments. Okay, so in this week, we will work on your LinkedIn profiles, elevator pitch, and global expectations. So our discussions that you see on the slideshow will help you work on this week's assignments. Okay. So let's talk briefly about your assignments. One assignment is that you create or update your LinkedIn profile. You will build a complete professional LinkedIn profile aligned with your resume and your personal brand. Add your photo, add a clear photo of you, a headline, and a summary highlighting your skills and goals. Okay. Another assignment is the elevator pitch, and we will talk about what is an elevator pitch in the presentation, but let me just briefly touch on the assignment. You will draft a short, engaging elevator pitch introducing your professional background, skills, and what you are seeking in your job or prospective job. Practice sharing it aloud to build confidence and fluency. And then in another assignment, you will reflect on the cultural differences you have noticed in professional communication and networking. And you share your elevator pitch and give supportive feedback to your peers. So that's it about the assignments, and all of them are listed on the Canvas course. So let's get started then with the LinkedIn profiles. So what are some do's and don'ts about your LinkedIn presence? Okay. Before we talk about LinkedIn, let's talk about a key term, online professionalism, as it strongly relates to LinkedIn. So online professionalism means how you are presenting yourself as a professional. You should aim to present yourself positively and appropriately in all of your online platforms, because your employers might use these platforms and they might look you up. Okay. So please make sure that you are using professional photos and clear, respectful language all the time. Avoid sharing negative comments about employers, colleagues, schools, courses. Keeping your profiles updated with accurate information. Okay, so if you change your job, if you graduate from a university, you should be adding that information on your online profile. And make sure that you engage with professional content. Perhaps you found an interesting article or you have a very relevant comment. Okay. Remember that your online presence represents you to future employers. Okay. So it is very important that your online presence is clean, immaculate, and nothing is debatable about your posting, because it might impact whether they are going to hire you or someone else. So let's now talk about, sorry, let me go back to the LinkedIn slide. So you need a professional photo, right? This means a clear shot of you with a simple background, okay? A headshot would be preferred. Then you should think about a headline, a short phrase describing your professional role or goal, okay? For example, business analyst skilled in data visualization and reporting, okay? Look up other maybe people that you admire on LinkedIn and check out their profiles, okay? Then you would include a summary or about section, a short paragraph highlighting your skills, experiences, and career goals. Okay. And then under education, you list the schools attended, degrees, and certificates. Under skills and endorsements, you will list the key skills that you want employers to notice. And hopefully these skills can be transferred into your prospective job, right? Connections, build your professional network by connecting with classmates, colleagues, and other professionals, researchers. And remember that your LinkedIn profile should match your resume and highlight your personal brand. Okay. Okay, I think that yes, let's talk now about the elevator pitch. Okay, so what is an elevator pitch? Let's start defining the key term. This is a short, like a 30 or 60-second introduction where you confidently share who you are, what your skills are, and what you are looking for. And it has to be catchy. It has to be interesting because everybody tends to introduce themselves in the same way, right? So how are you going to stand out? You have to be creative, right? Elevator pitch is called elevator pitch because it should be short enough to share during a quick elevator ride with someone you met who could help you with your career. Okay. And let me read an example of elevator pitch. Hi, my name is Aiko Tanaka. I have 3 years of experience in accounting and financial reporting. I recently completed a certificate in business English, and I'm looking for an opportunity in financial analysis where I can apply my skills in data management and communication. Okay. So obviously this elevator pitch is to the point, right? The person introduced themselves, then they talked about their experience and interest, and then they kind of aimed to get a job in financial analysis, right? We can make this kind of elevator pitch more interesting and think about why should they pick you? What stands out to you that it's different from another person who has the same skills and experience and education? Okay. Let's talk now about what makes a clear, confident, and professional elevator pitch. Okay, look at the examples that are posted. How body language and voice can strengthen a pitch. So, how do you sound confident? Perhaps you stop or you don't rush when you record your elevator pitch. It has to look professional, right? Make pauses, use intonation, dress professionally, look into the camera, right? That means you are looking in that other person's eye, right? And what are some common mistakes to avoid when you are recording your elevator pitch? For example, speaking too fast, right? Or adding too much detail, or talking about an unclear goal. No, 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 right? So write down your elevator pitch. It's like a script that should be practiced many, many times until you sound confident. And maybe practice in front of a mirror and look into the mirror, or even record yourself, or ask your friend or your colleague or your parent to listen to you and maybe give you feedback. Okay, so look at the examples, and hopefully your colleagues will also share some examples on the discussion board. And now let's talk about understanding global professional norms. So, as we discussed in the previous week, professional behaviors vary across cultures, right? So think about cultural differences in greetings, eye contact, small talk, and self-promotion during networking and interviews. I hope you realize that in the US work culture, direct request, direct communication is used, right? So if I need help, I'm going to ask you directly, could you please help me, right? But perhaps in other cultures, these direct requests are more politely formulated. Okay, eye contact, another example, it's very important in this culture, right? So if you don't look the person that you are talking to in the eye, they might have this impression that you really don't care about communicating with them. And then small talk. Again, perhaps you noticed how much small talk is happening in the US work culture, right? People are trying to connect to each other by talking about their pets or their kids or their courses or their school or their country of origin or their hobbies, right? So hopefully in this module, you will learn strategies to adapt while maintaining your authentic self during your job search globally. And here, probably you will need to use a little bit of creativity, okay? How can you keep your voice, but also how can you cater to US workplace norms? Okay, and let's talk about delivery and content feedback in terms of these assignments. You should be sharing your elevator pitch with your colleagues in various ways. Maybe you can post it in the Q&A discussion board or email that to your colleague. And always when your feedback is requested, try to be respectful and constructive. So your purpose is to help, not to punish or to attack another person, okay? So give feedback on clarity, confidence, and content. And hopefully you will receive also feedback that will help you improve your LinkedIn profile and your page, okay? So by the end of this week, you will have a professional LinkedIn profile ready to share with employers. You will be able to confidently deliver your elevator pitch in networking situations. You will understand online professionalism and how to manage your professional image on both online and offline. And you will gain insights into global professional norms for adapting to diverse workplaces. And as always, please remember to use the Q&A board if you need clarification on this week's task or you need help. And again, I highly encourage you all to help each other out because your communication, your discussion board activities will be reflected at the end of the semester in your participation grade. I think that's all I had for this week. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, okay? I hope you are doing well in the course, and I look forward to looking at your LinkedIn profiles and your elevator pitches. Take care. Bye.